Most people believe stroke prevention happens during the day with exercise, diet, or medications. But what if the most powerful protection happens at night while you are lying quietly in bed? Let me tell you something most people do not know. When you drift into sleep, your body may look peaceful, but your brain and blood vessels are working harder than you realize. According to the National Institute on Aging, nearly 70% of adults over 65 have some form of nocturnal blood pressure instability, meaning their blood pressure does not drop the way it should while sleeping. For some, it even spikes between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. This pattern, called a reverse dipper profile, has been shown in studies to double the risk of silent strokes that do not cause immediate collapse, but slowly chip away at memory, balance, and independence. A 2020 study from Tohoku University in Japan revealed that older adults with nighttime blood pressure spikes were 3.3 times more likely to suffer a stroke within 2 years, even if their daytime readings were normal. If you have type 2 diabetes, sleep apnea, or even chronic stress, your risk of what researchers call a midnight cerebrovascular event rises even higher. Here is what few people realize. While we sleep, the brain is supposed to enter a repair mode, activating something called the glymphatic system, which clears toxins, dead cells, and inflammation. But this system is disrupted by poor circulation, stress hormones, unhealthy food, and bedtime routines that keep the body tense instead of calm. Stroke prevention does not start in hospitals. It starts in the quietest hours of your day. In this guide, I will walk you through a bedtime routine proven by science to lower nighttime blood pressure, improve blood flow to the brain, and activate your body's natural healing. No expensive medication, no complicated equipment, just small choices that together create the strongest defense against stroke after 60. Before we dive in, if you have not subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I know how to improve. Now, let us begin with the first stage of your evening, the hour that sets the tone for your brain. Part 1. 9 p.m. The hour that sets the tone for your brain. At around 9 p.m., the day winds down, the calls stop, the house quiet, and your body prepares for something critical. The shift into repair. In seniors, this repair window begins 60 to 90 minutes before sleep. When the parasympathetic nervous system, the branch responsible for rest and recovery, takes control. But only if you let it. If you are eating late, arguing, or watching stressful news, you are sending the wrong signals. Cortisol surge, blood vessels tighten, and your brain is restless instead of calm. So what do? Start with nourishment. A warm magnesium-rich drink can relax the nervous system and blood vessels. Research published in Nutrients Journal in 2021 found that adults over 60 consuming 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium daily had significantly lower nighttime blood pressure and fewer early morning stroke indicators. A small mug of warm almond milk with cinnamon, a chamomile tea with magnesium citrate, or a banana smoothie with oat milk works beautifully. Avoid coffee, soda, chocolate, or anything sugary. Pair this with a light anti-inflammatory snack if you are hungry. A boiled egg with avocado, a spoon of Greek yogurt with blueberries, or a few walnuts and banana slices. Heavy meals late at night raise blood pressure surges at the worst hours. Between 2 and 4 a.m. A study from the University of São Paulo found that eating dinner less than 2 hours before bed increased nighttime hypertension risk by 41% in seniors. Another habit at this hour is breath work. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take 5 slow breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. This activates the vagus nerve, lowers heart rate, and helps your body slip into recovery. A study in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience found that just 10 minutes of deep breathing before bed lowered systolic blood pressure in seniors by 11 millimeters of mercury, comparable to some medications. Finally, create an environment of calm. Dim the lights. Turn off loud screens. And if you need sound, choose soft instrumental or nature recordings. When you set the tone at 9 p.m., you are telling your body it is safe to rest and repair. If you think this is powerful, wait until you see what happens 30 minutes before bed. When your brain begins asking if it is safe to let go. Part 2. 9:30 p.m. Guiding your brain into recovery mode. By 9:30 p.m., your body is waiting for confirmation. Is it safe to enter deep restorative sleep? This is when your actions send the final signal. One of the most powerful steps is lowering your bedroom temperature. Studies in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology show that seniors sleeping in rooms around 65 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 to 19 degrees Celsius had better brain blood flow and more stable blood pressure at night. A cool room combined with warm socks improves circulation, regulates pressure, and makes deep sleep possible. Next is protecting melatonin. This hormone helps you fall asleep, regulate pressure, and defend brain cells from oxidative stress. Exposure to blue light from TVs or phones suppresses melatonin. Research published in Chronobiology International showed that seniors exposed to blue light before bed had 25% lower melatonin and higher heart rate variability, a predictor of stroke risk. The solution is simple. Switch to amber or red lights. Put your phone away. Use a red-tinted lamp or read a calm book under a soft amber bulb. Guide your mind into calmness with gentle routines. Listen to music at 60 beats per minute. Recite a prayer or affirmation. Or write 3 things you are grateful for. A 2019 study in behavioral sleep medicine found that older adults practicing nightly gratitude reflection improved sleep quality by 22% and lowered nighttime blood pressure in just 2 weeks. Finally, choose your sleep position wisely. The American Heart Association reports that sleeping on the left side can improve circulation and reduce strain on blood vessels, especially for those with hypertension or heart failure. Avoid flat back sleeping if you snore or have sleep apnea. Keep your head slightly elevated to promote brain fluid drainage. By guiding your body in these 30 minutes, you prepare your brain to enter its repair cycle fully. Now it is time to learn what happens when you finally drift into sleep. Because the hours between midnight and dawn hold both the greatest risk and the greatest potential for healing. Part 3. Midnight to 2 a.m. The hidden window of vulnerability. The first half of the night is when the brain should clear toxins and reduce inflammation through the lymphatic system. But for seniors with unstable pressure or poor sleep habits, this is when silent strokes often begin. Research from Tohoku University found that nighttime spikes between 2 and 4 a.m. increase stroke risk more than 3-fold. These are not dramatic collapses, but small events that damage memory and balance over time. To guard against this, you need both steady blood flow and reduced stress hormones. Cortisol, the stress hormone, often peaks in those with anxiety or poor sleep hygiene. High cortisol keeps blood vessels tight and prevents lymphatic drainage. One way to counter this is through gentle pre-sleep routines, as we discussed, but also through avoiding alcohol or heavy medication at night. Alcohol may make you feel drowsy, but it disrupts deep sleep stages and raises nighttime pressure. A study in the Journal of Clinical Hypertension found that seniors consuming alcohol within 3 hours of sleep had significantly higher nighttime blood pressure variability, increasing risk of cerebrovascular events. Another hidden factor is untreated sleep apnea. Obstructed breathing causes oxygen drops, surges in blood pressure, and increased clot formation. The National Sleep Foundation reports that up to 60% of older adults with untreated apnea are at higher risk of nocturnal strokes. If you snore heavily or wake up gasping, seek a sleep study. Treatment with a CPAP device can dramatically lower stroke risk. The body's natural rhythm at midnight is fragile. This is when melatonin should peak and cortisol should fall. But only if your evening routine prepared your body. If you succeed, the glymphatic system clears waste, inflammation subsides, and brain repair accelerates. If you fail, silent damage begins. The choice lies in consistent nightly habits. And while midnight may be dangerous, the hours that follow, between 2 and 4 a.m., are even more critical. That is what we explore next. Part 4, 2 to 4 a.m., the danger zone of nighttime stroke. Between 2 and 4 a.m., many seniors enter their deepest sleep. But for those with hypertension, diabetes, or stress, this is the danger zone. The reverse dipper pattern, where blood pressure rises instead of falls, strikes hardest here. Studies show these surges double the risk of early morning stroke. What can you do to defend yourself? First, ensure your last fluid intake before bed is supportive, not harmful. Avoid caffeine, alcohol, and sugary drinks. Instead, a small herbal infusion like chamomile or lemon balm calms the nervous system. Second, pay attention to sleep breathing. Positioning matters. Side sleeping, especially on the left, improves oxygen flow. If you wake to use the bathroom, rise slowly. Blood pressure shifts can cause dizziness and falls. A slow, steady rise prevents sudden drops or spikes. One overlooked step is managing nocturia, the urge to urinate at night. Limit evening fluids after dinner and speak to your doctor if frequent bathroom trips disrupt sleep, as this interrupts the brain's repair window. Finally, remember that your environment continues to shape your risk. AccuWet, dark, cool room signals safety to your nervous system. Noise or light intrusions, even subtle ones, raise cortisol and blood pressure. Use blackout curtains, earplugs, or white noise machines if necessary. Protecting these hours is protecting your independence. Because if you can keep your blood pressure steady here, you lower your stroke risk dramatically. But once dawn approaches, another challenge arrives. The morning surge. That is the subject of our next section. Part 5, 4 to 6 a.m. The morning surge and its dangers. As dawn approaches, the body prepares to wake by releasing hormones that increase alertness. Cortisol rises, blood pressure increases, and heart rate quickens. For healthy adults, this is natural. But for seniors with fragile vessels, it can trigger a stroke. Studies from the American Journal of Hypertension reveal that most strokes occur in the early morning hours due to this surge. To protect yourself, your bedtime routine must include steps that stabilize pressure overnight. Magnesium, as mentioned earlier, helps smooth this transition. Consistent sleep timing also matters. Going to bed and waking up at the same times trains your body's circadian rhythm, preventing excessive morning spikes. Another step is early morning hydration. Keep a glass of water by your bed and sip slowly upon waking. Dehydration thickens blood, increasing clot risk. But never chug water too quickly, as this can stress the heart. For women especially, hormonal changes after menopause alter vessel flexibility. This makes morning surges more dangerous. A study in Stroke Journal confirmed that postmenopausal women face significantly higher risk of early morning stroke compared to men. Gentle stretching or breathing upon waking can ease the transition. Roll your ankles to stretch your arms overhead, and take a few slow breaths before standing. This signals your body to adjust gradually. The morning surge is inevitable, but its impact can be softened. And if you can manage this, the rest of your day can begin with stability rather than danger. But prevention does not stop here. It continues with consistent habits that carry over into every night. Let us review the essential pillars of your bedtime defense. Part 6. The pillars of a stroke-proof bedtime routine. By now you see that prevention is not a single act, but a pattern. Each evening, you must align your body with the rhythms of repair. The pillars are simple but powerful. First, timing. Finish dinner at least 3 hours before bed. This reduces blood pressure spikes and supports steady glucose. Second, nourishment. Choose magnesium and potassium-rich foods like bananas, avocados, and leafy greens. These calm vessels and support brain repair. Third, environment. Keep your room cool, dark, and quiet. Protect melatonin by avoiding screens and using red or amber lights. Fourth, breath and calm. Deep breathing, gratitude journaling, or prayer lowers cortisol and stabilizes pressure. Fifth, sleep position. Side sleeping with slight head elevation optimizes circulation and oxygen flow. Sixth, consistency. Go to bed and wake at the same times daily. This strengthens circadian rhythm and lowers morning surges. Seventh, awareness. Recognize the risks of alcohol, late meals, and untreated sleep apnea. These sabotage your routine and raise risk dramatically. Together, these pillars form a shield. They transform your night from a period of silent danger to a time of healing and repair. Many seniors overlook bedtime as a factor in health, but the evidence is clear. What you do before sleep shapes your brain's ability to resist stroke. If you are willing to adopt even a few of these habits, your risk drops significantly. But to truly understand why this matters, you must hear the final words of guidance. Doctor's final words. Stroke is one of the greatest threats to independence after 60, but it is not destiny. Your risk is shaped not just by your age or your genes, but by your choices, especially the ones you make at night. Every evening, your body asks a question. Am I safe to heal? Your response determines whether your brain clears waste, repairs vessels, and protects memory, or whether silent damage continues unchecked. You have learned the danger of nighttime blood pressure spikes, the role of cortisol, the importance of melatonin, and the power of small habits like magnesium drinks, cool rooms, red light, and deep breathing. These are not complicated. They are gentle, accessible, and proven. I have seen seniors who adopted these routines sleep more peacefully, think more clearly, and move with greater strength. I have also seen those who ignored the signs, who dismissed nighttime habits as trivial, suffer strokes that stole their independence overnight. The difference was not luck. It was preparation. Your brain is still capable of repair. Your vessel's still capable of resilience. But you must give them the chance. Tonight, as you dim the lights and prepare for sleep, remember this. Prevention is not about fear. It is about respect for the body that has carried you through decades. Share this knowledge with your spouse, your parent, your friend. Together, we can create nights of healing instead of harm. Now, I would love to hear from you. Take a moment to share one habit you will adopt tonight. If you enjoyed this video, comment 1. If not, comment 0. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe so others can learn to protect themselves too. Sleep well, stay strong, and protect the gift of independence you have worked so hard to keep.